Hey everyone, and welcome. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here for this explainer. Listen, if you're a healthcare professional, a personal support worker, or really anyone stepping into a caregiving role, you already know the deal. Providing truly exceptional care, it goes way beyond just taking vitals or handing out medication. Deeply impactful care requires cultural competence. It requires us to literally see the world through the eyes of the people we're looking after. So today we're opening up a vital toolkit, one that's specifically designed for caring for clients from a Chinese cultural background. We're going to unpack the traditions, the communication styles, and the core philosophies that shape their day-to-day lives, and we'll transform all that knowledge into actionable empathy.
Okay, let's dive into this by starting with a bit of a puzzle. Picture this. You walk into your client's room on a super warm afternoon. You want to make them comfortable, right? So you cheerfully offer them a nice, refreshing ice-cold glass of water. But, to your surprise, they smile, nod, and politely push the glass away. Why? I mean, it seems like such a universally comforting gesture, yet it completely missed the mark. Keep that scenario in the back of your mind, because solving this very common behavioral puzzle is going to unlock a massive insight into how you deliver care. We're going to figure this out together today.
To get there, here's our structured roadmap. We'll start with context and communication, then we'll move into food and hydration practices. From there, we'll explore family and healthcare philosophy, touch on important customs, holidays, and morning rituals, and then we'll wrap the whole shebang up with unique client care challenges. Basically, we're moving from foundational beliefs straight into day-to-day strategies.
Section 1. Context and communication. Understanding the background. Because look, building genuine empathy, it always starts with understanding exactly who you're caring for. You really can't meet someone where they are if you don't know where they've come from. And when we talk about Chinese culture in the context of care, we're looking at a beautifully diverse group. Your clients might trace their origins to mainland China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau, or they could be part of a vast global diaspora. And with all that geographical diversity comes linguistic diversity. While Mandarin is the official language, it's absolutely crucial to know that Cantonese is incredibly common, especially among older immigrant populations. You'll also encounter a bunch of rich regional dialects. Honestly, knowing whether your client prefers Mandarin or Cantonese is step one in making them feel truly seen in your care.
But you know, communication isn't just about the words being spoken, it's about the delivery. Chinese communication styles tend to be indirect, modest, and highly polite. Overt public displays of emotion or direct confrontation usually avoided. So, what does this mean for you? Well, it means you have to become an absolute expert in nonverbal cues. If your client is in pain, they might try to hide it so they aren't a burden or to save face. If you ask them if they're okay and they nod, do not automatically assume that nod means they are pain-free. It might just be polite stoicism. You've got to look for that subtle body language, a clenched jaw, a slight shift in posture, to truly gauge how they're doing.
And this brilliantly illustrates our second section, food and hydration practices, the philosophy of balance.
In traditional Chinese culture, food is not just calories, guys. It is fundamentally viewed as medicine. It's an everyday tool used to balance the body's vital energies, specifically yin and yang. Yin represents cooling elements, and yang represents warming elements. So, if your client is feeling weak or recovering from an illness, their body needs warming yang foods. Think ginger, garlic, cooked veggies, and warm soups. This is exactly why a facility meal plan offering raw salads or cold dairy might get a hard pass. To them, those yin foods could further chill an already vulnerable system. The preference is almost always going to lean heavily toward cooked vegetables, rice, and hot broth.
Which brings us right back to our opening puzzle. Here is the aha moment. Always offer warm water or hot tea instead of ice water. That yin and yang balance is the exact specific reason your client politely refused that ice water earlier. To an elderly Chinese client, drinking ice water is literally a shock to their internal system. It disrupts their balance. By simply switching out the ice water for a cup of warm water, you aren't just hydrating them. You are showing them profound, culturally competent respect. Let's move to and see how this builds our understanding of their overall wellness. Section 3. Family and Healthcare Philosophy, a holistic approach. Just as they balance their diet, they seek balance in their medical care and their family structures. At the absolute center of this family structure is a concept called filial piety, or zhao. And let me tell you, this isn't just a casual family dynamic. This is a deeply rooted obligation and profound respect that dictates children must care for their aging parents. As a caregiver, you have to understand that you are rarely just treating the individual in the bed. You're navigating a multi-generational household. Adult children will be heavily, deeply involved in care decisions. Often, these elders have spent their later years helping raise their grandkids in these shared homes. The family unit basically operates as one cohesive decision-making body driven by this powerful sense of duty.
And just as the family works as a cohesive blend, so does their approach to medicine. Western medicine is absolutely respected, for sure, but it's rarely the only treatment in play. It's frequently combined with traditional Chinese medicine, or TCM. So don't be surprised if you see your clients drinking specific herbal teas brought from home, or practicing Tai Chi in their rooms, or even bearing those distinct circular marks of cupping, also known as gua sha, on their backs. These aren't alternative fringe treatments to them. They're a standard, integrated part of a balanced healthcare regimen.
Moving into Section 4, Customs, Holidays, and Mourning, Respecting Beliefs. I want to shift our tone slightly here as we're touching on spiritual and end-of-life customs. These require the utmost respect and will significantly impact your facility routines and how you interact with families during vulnerable moments.
The spiritual life of a Chinese client is often this beautiful, harmonious blend of Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism. You might see evidence of this through ancestor veneration, maybe a small home altar or photos of past loved ones kept nearby. You also really need to mark your calendars for major holidays. The Lunar New Year, the Mid-Autumn Festival, and Qingming, which is Tomb Sweeping Day, are massive cultural events. During these times, expect a big influx of family visits. Anticipating these needs, like making space for family gatherings, shows incredible foresight and care on your part.
And during times of illness and mourning, visual symbols carry immense weight, especially colors. You absolutely must commit these to memory. Red is universally recognized in Chinese culture as the color of good fortune and celebration. But because of this, you have to completely avoid wearing bright red or bringing red items into the room when a family is mourning. Conversely, white and black are the traditional colors for mourning and funerals. Understand their solemn meaning. Bringing a vibrant red bouquet of flowers to a grieving family, yeah, that would be a severe cultural misstep.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how that concept of filial piety we discussed earlier impacts medical transparency. In a lot of Western cultures, patient autonomy and direct disclosure of terminal illness are everything, right? But in traditional Chinese culture, there's a practice of family-centered news sharing. Families will often actively try to shield elderly patients from terminal or highly distressing news. They don't view this as deception. It's a protective dynamic. They are taking the emotional burden onto themselves so the elder can live their remaining days in peace. As a healthcare worker, this is tricky. You have to balance respecting this deep cultural norm with adhering to your facility's policies regarding patient consent. It is quite the delicate dance of empathy and ethics. All right, let's pick up the energy as we move into Section 5, Unique Client Care Challenges, your PSW Toolkit. This is where we distill everything we've learned into rapid-fire, actionable strategies for your daily caregiving.
Here is a quick summary of the core challenges you're going to face on the floor. You'll need to find creative ways to overcome language barriers, maybe using visual aids. You're going to have to be a detective for those nonverbal cues. You'll need to advocate to tweak those facility meal plans, swapping the cold milk for warm water and balanced soups. You will have to gracefully navigate care planning with the adult children, and most importantly, you'll have to address that profound stoicism when it comes to expressing pain.
So the crucial point is this simple 3-step checklist. Number 1, check pain levels proactively. Because your stoic patients will hesitate to ask for medication, you literally cannot wait for them to press the call button. Ask, observe, anticipate. Number 2, respect the family structure. Involve the children in the care planning process. They are the vital support system. And number 3, mind the cultural colors, the holidays, and the customs. Like we said, small gestures, like offering warm water, make a world of difference.
Which leaves us with this final, provocative thought to take with you. How will you adapt your care plan today? Armed with this understanding of yin and yang, of filial piety, and of polite stoicism, what is the very first thing you're going to change about how you approach your clients on your next shift? Empathy is in the details. Take this toolkit, use it, and elevate the care you provide. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will see you next time.